Broadcasting live from
Island.
It's Tap Tap Concede. There's no audience. We're just faking it.
Oh.
Hi, everybody. Everybody who isn't us went to PAX. And so this is like, we've all wheeled and we're just like circling the draft drain.
Yeah, you've picked us up on the wheel here.
Yeah, so we have Serge,
Third pick.
Alex, myself, and...
I am your 45th pick, Banner. Cameron.
Ooh, nice. 6-mana draw card. Mm-hmm. So we're here to talk about some magical cards.
Absolutely.
Where do we want to start? Do we want to start with spoilers?
We want
to crack a pack first.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to get
How does this format
Serge
work?
to roll it.
Okay.
Roll the die.
All right. One
Spin
time,
it.
no whammy.
Don't you dare. Okay,
17. That's really far from the homelands.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
It looks like a small pack.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
What is it?
Intrusion.
What the heck is intrusion?
I think it's a foreign something
Well,
else.
no, it's Italian gate crash. Isn't
Oh,
it?
all right.
Or
Well,
is it Spanish? No, it's Italian.
well, it's foreign. So this is going to be fun.
Yeah.
I have no idea how we're going to do this. And I'm going to mispronounce this.
collector's number,
I'm going to
yeah.
mispronounce this so badly. This is collector's number 122. It's a piker. It's green. You tap and something happens.
Andreza and Poto.
You get a portal. It finds you a portal.
Andreza and El Potevo.
Does it get you a guild gate? No.
Maybe? Wait, what do we got?
This guy?
Yes, that's the one.
It is the Green Side Watcher.
Ooh.
And he's 2-1 or 2-1 for 2 and tap to untap target gate.
Oh, okay, so
Oh, portal is gate.
sort of right.
Oh.
I know this one. This
yeah.
is Devour Flesh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 and a black. It's Devour la Carne.
Eat meat.
Carne.
Instantano. This is an edict effect. Target play. From memory, target player sacrifices a creature and they gain life equal to the toughness or power.
Well, what is it?
Toughness.
Say?
I don't know. I can't read this shit.
Here, Paul.
Resistancia.
I'm not worldly.
Oh, toughness.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so it's toughness.
Yeah.
We're gonna learn some languages.
What language are we looking at here? Is this Spanish or Italian?
Portuguese?
Sacrifica.
I don't actually know. I'm so awful because I can't tell these apart. Many apologies to our international viewers for how
I'm
ignorant
pretty
we are.
confident it's Italian.
All right.
Mercado de la Calle. Oh, no, it is Spanish. Mercado.
Okay.
Market.
Yeah.
De la Calle Hojalata.
Hojalata.
Enters
This is
tap.
Tin Street something or other.
Yeah, Tin Street Market.
Tin Street Market. Collector's number 108. This one does stuff. This is an Encanto Tiara, which I think means enchant land.
Yep.
Yeah.
And enchanted land has tap, do a thing. I think it's loot.
yeah.
Tap, discard a card, draw a card.
This is
Nice.
awful.
For 5 mana.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. Oh, the unblockable guy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, this guy is a human
Death Cult Rogue.
Death Cult Rogue.
Death Cult Rogue.
You can't block him unless you have
A
a
rogue.
rogue.
Here, collector's number?
It is 218. Yeah, this guy's 1 blue-black hybrid for a 2/2 that can only be blocked by rogues, I think. He's a common.
Yeah, he 2/2 cannot be blocked except by rogues.
Wow.
Nice.
No honor among
Go
thieves.
us
I know
and our
this
limited
one.
knowledge.
This is Pit Fight. It's an instant for 1 and hybrid red-green. I think it's just target creature you control fights another creature.
I was so excited when they figured
Yeah.
out this mechanic for green removal in
like, fight,
for the
battle.
Strad block, I think.
Just like have the never-ending battle.
Yeah.
So That guy's an instant. What the heck is this?
Oh, it's one of the cipher cards. Midnight Ritual. Let me see it.
Maybe that's one that they discard a card.
The Medianoche.
It's a Conjuro. Which I imagine means sorcery.
Sorcery, yeah.
That sounds so much better than sorcery. It's a Conjuro.
Regressa la carta de la creazione objettivo del cementerio a tu mano.
You could be making that
Return
up.
a target creature card from your graveyard to your hand.
You could be making that up,
for
Cam,
green
but
and black.
God, you sound good.
There's probably some. Oh
Julie's
man,
probably cringing right now.
probably. Okay, so next, I love this guy so much. This is
Brad.
one of the best goblins on the sort of low end of the scale. It's Foundry Street Denizen.
Mm-hmm.
1 red for a 1/1 goblin something or other. Guerrero.
Goblin
Trasco.
Warrior.
Goblin Warrior.
Goblin
Okay, so that's good.
Guerrero? Yeah.
Whenever a red creature enters play under your control, he gets +1/+0 till end of turn.
So this guy
So-
really gets along with like
Dragon
Seacan.
Fodder.
Dragon
Yeah.
fodder.
Dragon Fodder's the big one. You play
Well,
that,
that's what
and
they
he
just
gets
spoiled as
He
well,
gets
tied in.
two triggers. Yeah, I play him in goblins, and he can get pretty big. Like this guy's usually a 2/1 for 1, sometimes a 3/1.
Did you see the conversation lately that they're afraid that mono red humans will eventually overtake mono red goblins
That's
as like
so sad.
the red weenie deck, just because goblins haven't been getting the love the humans have lately, as far as tribal's
I want
concerned?
more goblins.
I know.
Give me goblin. That new red guy is bananas. We'll talk about him later. But Tigra Zarici,
Tap, gain 2 life.
creatura felino.
What's the number?
It is 28. But I think we can figure out what this one does. It's
Yeah.
a 2/3 cat for 3 and a white. 1 and a white, tap, gain 2 life.
We just need the name.
Or ganas 2 vidas.
Well, I think it's just Zerachi Tiger.
Sriracha Tiger. Hey, we got a gate.
Whoa.
It's a Boros Guild gate.
Yep. Sure
Done.
is. Done. Next card.
Sweet. Everybody knows what a Boros Guild gate is. This Sky Games?
Yes.
Target creature, tap the enchanted land, give target creature flying, is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
That doesn't seem very good at all.
No.
Well,
Never
it's 1
played
and a
lot-
blue.
Played a lot of this format. Never played that card.
Well, I think the green enchant land was the only playable one. That was the one, Verdant Haven, when it comes
Oh,
to
yeah.
play gain life, and it rampant growths you or something like
Yeah.
that.
I have no idea what this is. It's 99.
Mercado para la
La Muerte of Death.
Death Market?
I don't know.
Mark
Is
for Death.
Mark for death.
Oh, Mercado's Mark.
Yeah. 3 and 1 red.
For a sorcery.
Target creature an opponent controls blocks this turn. If able, untap that creature. Other creatures that player controls can't block that turn.
Weird.
This turn.
Right.
It's like a weird red lure effect.
It's like
Doesn't
the
seem that good.
reverse of a lure.
Oh. Yeah, no, this is definitely
Oh.
Spanish because... Oh, hey.
Yeah, hi, friend.
Hello, friend. It's Demir.
Not Demir...
Wait,
Yeah, what's the name? Oh,
what's his nose?
the Demir headquarters.
158. Duskmantle.
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 Duskmantle Seer.
Not Duskmantle Seer. It's Duskmantle
Guildmage.
Guildmage. There you go.
Yeah.
So this guy, he's a 2/2 for blue-black. And he has 2 activated abilities, one for 3 and one for 4. What do they do?
The 3 is like mill 2 cards, and the 4 is every time you activate it, every time a card goes into an opponent's graveyard, they take 2 damage or something like that.
Well, let's have a look at it.
There you go.
Whenever a card is put into so the 3/1 is whenever a card is put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, that player loses 1 life.
Oh, okay.
And the 2, the 4/1, 2 and a blue-black. Target player puts the top 2 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. So,
Oh, okay, so
you just
built
got those backwards. But yeah.
All right.
The fun thing about the Duskmantle Seer is you can activate the first ability multiple times,
Oh, yeah.
and it just triggers every time a card goes in.
You just dome them.
So if they're going to mill 10 cards, you can activate it 3 times and do 30 instead of 10.
Right.
One of
Wow.
those fun abilities.
I don't know how you get enough mana to do that, but hey,
It's 9.
Viashino
Colormada.
Colormata.
Some kind
It's
of
got a
rage
spike
thing?
tail or something. That is 110.
That's one of the Blood Rush guys, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
it is. Blood Rush is such a sweet mechanic. It's a 3/1 something or other.
Lizard Warrior.
Lizard
Yeah,
Warrior,
I
but
don't
it's
know.
got some sort of ability.
First strike.
First strike?
Probably. It's
Done
a
up
red-
primero.
Yeah. First strike,
Primero.
and it's got Blood Rush.
So that, yeah, two in a red, discard this card to give an attacking creature +3/+1 and first strike until end of turn.
Yeah. And that's the Viashino Shanktail.
And here's our rare.
Oh, this one.
You sound sad about it.
Stolen Identity.
This is the make a copy with Cipher card.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Oh no! Oh, hey! There's an island in here.
It's a sign.
Oh, we really were broadcasting from island, and there's a spirit token from Beckon Apparition.
Yeah.
Vuela.
It means it flies.
Vuela.
Vuela. Yeah, it's Identity Theft is the name of the rare. It's 53. Stolen Identity. Yeah, it's like it's 6 mana. Make a copy of something, and
What?
then have Cipher.
What's your first pick?
Groan. Can I just like drop this draft?
I don't know, man. Devour Flesh?
Devour Flesh.
Or-
the
The
Guild Gate.
removal.
Or the Guild Gate or the
But
Guild
then, like,
Mage?
I mean,
Actually,
there's a
you
lot
know
of
what?
white or red in this pack, so.
If we're first picking this, means we're in triple. We're in triple gate crash, so I'm taking the Boros Guild Gate.
All right. Just like ripping that fixing.
I'm going to top tables on this, drafting Boros.
All right. You're probably right about that.
All right. Goodbye, Pile.
Goodbye, pile. See ya, heap.
Not drafting Boros. What you doing? What are you doing? Triple drafting gate crash.
I don't know. It was a Sunday. We had some packs. Mistakes were made. There's new cards coming out.
Yep.
They're exciting.
yeah.
Where do we even start?
How about with Lily?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, Liliana, there's a new one. It's for Magic Origins, which is the last core
Yeah.
set.
Well, let's just start off like we're recording this on the first Friday of PAX East. So
There's going to be a lot more spoilers out by
Yeah.
the time this goes up. But
yeah. So the Magic panel has taken place for Magic Origins. And first spoiler.
oh boy, am I excited about this one. This card's sweet. It's just like, hey, you know that 3-drop Liliana that you like so much? How about another one?
Yeah.
How about another one?
Yeah.
She is a...
Well, she's also very
Legend-
different.
Yeah.
It's a pretty weird card.
You
It's
cast it as a creature.
Yeah, it's a legendary creature, 1 black for a 2/3 with lifelink. And I love the flavor on this card so much.
Yeah, like this is just a flavor tour de force.
Oh, it's so good. Okay, so when a creature you control dies,
Non-token.
non-token creature dies, exile her, return her to the battlefield transformed, and put a 2/2 zombie into play. So that tells a story. It's like, oh no, you died under my care. I'm going to go research the black arts and then bring you back to life. And then also now I'm a planeswalker.
Yeah.
Forbidden knowledge.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful little bit of design.
Oh, I
it's
love
very
it.
elegant.
And then the planeswalker itself is really good. So
Yeah.
3 starting loyalty +2
Mm-hmm.
is both players pitch a card. -X is return a non-legendary creature of converted mana cost X or less from your graveyard to play.
I'm
and then
all aboard this card.
The -8 is
Every time a creature dies, you get it at your end step.
just like, oh, I'm gonna play the shit out of this card in mono black.
Yeah, no, I'm super happy
It's
with
so
this.
good. I
Now-
love it.
If the other planeswalkers are this interesting, I'm going to be very happy with Magic Origins.
Yeah.
My only critique of her is she doesn't protect herself that easily. I mean, I suppose you'll have a creature in your graveyard because you've activated her to
Yeah.
flip her.
But
So
the
I-
zombie,
Actually, no, you're absolutely right. That's how she protects herself. You
bring back
flip
the
her
thing
off.
that
Yeah, you
died,
bring
yeah.
back the thing that died. Or no, Serge,
you-
it makes a zombie.
yeah, it makes a zombie.
Oh man, it makes
You
a
d-
zombie!
It protects
Ah!
itself without even plussing or minusing. So you get to protect
Oh,
yourself
you're right.
twice.
I forgot about the zombie.
I just said that.
Free zombie. Anyway,
Well, you also have the synergy of you can discard a creature to reanimate with her.
Yep.
Seems
Oh.
pretty decent.
Yeah, no, I'm all aboard
it's
this
just,
card.
I love it. I love it so much. It's so good.
Yeah.
I guess because she comes in as a legendary creature, you can use her for a commander too. Just kind of an interesting.
She could be your
You can use it
commander.
for tiny leaders. Oh.
You guys okay over there?
We're having a moment.
I see
Oh,
that.
this is super exciting.
Oh man, I'm stoked. I just hope it's not like $1 when it comes out.
Well, most planeswalkers are, but then they sort of settle after when you see how much.
I'm
play
gonna
they're
probably snap one of these up as soon as I can because I could see her price going up pretty
Dude, just play
steadily.
in all the pre-release events. You'll get there.
Bleh.
No? Okay. Wait, so what set is she coming out with?
Playing Magic cards.
I just build decks and then.
Build decks and then tear decks apart
Yeah.
and tilt.
They're for looking nice.
Yeah.
They are not for playing with.
I want you to appreciate the aesthetics of this deck, but I will not play with you.
Yep. So the other set coming out is Dragons of Tarkir.
Dragons of Tarkir.
Yeah.
Dragons of Tarkir. It's back in time.
No, back in the present.
Back in the
alternate,
present.
alternate present.
Do you know how you got there, Serge? You went back in time.
But
and then you went forward in time.
I appreciate how hard you're working for this, Alex.
Just let me have this one.
Okay.
So yeah, it's an alternate present for cons, right?
Yeah.
Where everything's all different. It's it sort of reminds me of Time Spiral a little bit.
Yeah,
Where you
well-
had cards like
Like-
Braids, Conjure, Savant, or whatever the hell her name was.
like Sarah Sphinx.
Yeah, stuff like
Right,
that, where it's
yeah.
just like everything's all topsy-turvy. So like
I love that set.
Zergo.
They gave white lightning bolts kind
Yeah.
of in Sunlance. They gave red brute force, which was giant growth.
So this one doesn't like screw with the color pie so much, but it screws with everybody's history. So like,
Yeah.
for example, you've got
Zergo
Yeah, Zergo
Bellstrike.
has been sort of downgraded, but also upgraded
Well, like
because
somebody
he's really good.
Somebody described him as like the Biff Tannen of Tarkir, where he just sucks.
He's really playable though. Like,
Poor Biff.
I'm trying to remember what his ability is, but I looked at him and he was like, this guy's sweet. He's not like giant 7/2 smash face guy, but I actually would play this guy. He's like a 2/1 for 1. You'll have to look it up
what
for me.
color was he?
It's a
Yeah.
Zergo
He's
Bell
mono red.
Striker. There he is, right in front of you.
Oh yeah, tiny guy, 2/2 for 1.
Okay, so
Oh.
yeah, but he's a bear for 1, which is already good.
Yeah, fantastic. A whole set
What's
of
his ability
2/2s
again?
for 1.
So he can't block creatures with power 2 or greater, and he's got dash for 2.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like the dash is sweet.
Is he a human?
No, he's an orc.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's an
okay.
orc.
I was going to say
But you
that.
know
that,
what
that
is a
mono red
human?
human. What?
That guy's crazy go nuts. There's a new human in town that's Lightning Berserker or something. Yeah, it's like 1 red for a 1/1 human
With fire.
with
breathing.
fire breathing.
Right.
Oh,
you
yeah.
can dash
And
him
it
as
dashes
well,
for
right?
1 red. So it's
Yeah.
just like dump all your red mana into this guy.
Yeah,
He's gonna
you-
get there.
Yeah, you top deck this guy like turn 7, and you're like, yeah, all right, I could use a ball lightning this turn.
But yeah, that's like, I mean, it doesn't have trample, but I still
Whatever.
think right into mono red. Mm-hmm. So, what are some cards you guys are excited about?
Well, I really liked Intuition, which is
that-
bad impulse.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think people are
Oh.
gonna play it.
Yeah,
It's
Dig-
still good.
Is that the one? Draw 1,
Yeah,
look
Paul,
at
you keep
3,
scrolling
keep
past
1,
it.
and then
up.
There you
go.
blue
It's-
card.
Yeah, it's look at the top 3 cards, take 1, ship the rest to the bottom.
Is it to the bottom or into your graveyard?
To the bottom.
Yeah, it's to
Okay.
the bottom. So it's impulse for 1 less. Mm-hmm. Which
One
is
mana
like,
do that?
Or,
Sorry?
sorry, not an Intuition. Anticipate. I'm
Oh,
sorry,
okay.
Paul.
yeah, and,
It's even got kind of cool artwork. It'll look cool in foil.
I was gonna say Intuition is a legacy card, the 3
Yeah.
mana instant. Like I don't know if they
Yeah,
reprinted
sorry,
that.
no.
That's really good.
I mean, this seems totally standard playable.
good. I mean, it's a decent, fair filter spell.
Yeah, it's a hell of a lot better than Tygum's scheming, I'll tell you what.
What I'm really excited about is all these new choose cards they've printed.
Oh, like the commands?
The commands are really good. The fact that they've kind of functionally reprinted Cryptic Command, except
Well-
not as broken.
Well,
I was
also
gonna say
not
that
as
was
hard
good,
mana cost.
But
Yeah, 2 colorless blue white. Like that one seems pretty interesting.
yeah,
And,
Ojutai's command.
and the new Ojutai Exemplar seems really, really cool.
Can I just point out something that somebody pointed out to me on Twitter?
What's that?
Ojutai's command is... Now it's gone. The artwork in Ojutai's command
Yeah.
is a group selfie taken with a selfie stick. The guy in the foreground is the one with the selfie stick.
Oh man, That's good.
Yeah,
That's real good.
cannot unsee.
So you were saying
It makes me so happy.
I just died inside a little.
you just
beautiful.
died in your arms tonight. So this white guy you're talking about.
Yeah, that Ojutai is Exemplar. I've got him up on my phone right now. So he's a mythic. 2 colorless white for 4/4. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, choose one. You can tap a creature. Ojutai Exemplar gains first strike and lifelink until end of turn, or exile the card, then return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control, so you can flicker it.
Huh.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I've had it compared sort of to Morphling in terms of its versatility, but
Well, it's like you get a chance to turn off a blocker for a turn.
or just
Well, it's
kill
just like
kill a blocker.
Well, it's just like a series of combat tricks, right?
Yeah.
In addition to whatever spell you're casting.
Yeah, it seems phenomenal with red. Pair it with burn.
Yeah.
You could pair it with auras. You could put it in an artifact deck. I mean, non-creature is very broad.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's why I kind of dig these sort of like prowess and prowess-like abilities, because it's like usually instants and sorceries, but this is just like anything that isn't a creature.
I really
It's
like the prowess
ooh,
mechanic.
there
Well,
you
this
go.
seems like another thing that would be really fun to play around with like a standard deck with like Jeskai Ascendancy, Retraction Helix, and Ornithopter. Right?
You're a monster.
Yeah,
I thought that was a fairly well-established combo in the standard environment.
I love Jeskai Ascendancy. I got to throw that one out there. That
Yeah.
modern deck
Oh, yeah.
with all the 1-drop Bird of Paradise and Noble Hierarchs and stuff like that.
See, I want to take that deck and pare down its mana base to just Jeskai mana base and use like Fate Stitcher and Fairy Conclave
yeah,
as your mana dorks.
that's kind of fun.
That's
Also, because
wild.
like Fate Stitcher has like Unearth for 1, right?
Yep.
So you actually like mill them into your graveyard, unearth them, right off the Jeskai Ascendancy, and then
get there.
yeah, it
Just
seems
get there
sweet.
So one thing I want to talk about, judge-wise, with the ability on this guy,
Oh, right.
and on a couple of other cards, a lot of things. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, do something. Just the way triggers are layered, and I see players get it wrong all the time. Whenever you have a card that says when you cast a spell, the ability actually goes on the stack before your spell resolves. And for the most part, in F&M or Magic, you're going to play with your friends, you're going to get a very similar result just in shortcuts and having it work that way. But that sort of bad habit of not knowing how those works when you go into your first competitive environment just leads to a lot of headaches for the judging staff,
Yeah.
like myself. And actually going to the choose cards, something that comes up a bunch is when
Right.
do I have to choose?
I was gonna say, because
Right.
like this is something that I encountered in Eternal formats with various spells. Like, I think I was casting like a reanimate spell or something. It's like, when do I pick a target for this?
Well,
Yeah.
normally you have to choose a target when
But-
it goes on the stack, but
Right.
there are exceptions.
Yeah,
Well, like the sieges from Fate Reforged.
Yeah.
You didn't choose the mode they were in until they entered the battlefield.
Yeah, and
which
it'll-
meant that your opponent didn't know what they were countering.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you're like, pretty hooped either
Just have to
way.
guess.
Well, yeah.
No, it's kind of like Oblivion Ring, that's a shortcut as well. It's actually a trigger, not the spell that targets your thing.
Oh right, yeah, because like,
relevant with Emrakul.
but
Yeah, you
but
can
everybody
O-ring
just
Emrakul.
but everybody just says like, oh, I O-ring your thing, as
Yeah.
opposed to O-ring is on the stack. Does O-ring resolve? Okay, it's target trigger goes on the
I
stack.
love shortcuts in Magic, and again, it's really nice to take a step and figure out how the mechanic works. For example, trying to burn a planeswalker or this trigger or all these examples
Yeah.
we gave
Right.
are
Actually-
often the results of shortcuts.
That's one thing I've never been quite clear on, or that I've had explained to me like a dozen times, and I always forget about it as soon as the trigger is over. I lightning bolt you.
Yeah,
When do I slough the damage to the planeswalker?
Oh god, it's a redirection effect, and I can't say any more than that. The exact timing of it, I should know. I don't know.
Well,
Do they
I'm sorry.
know when I cast the spell if it's going to go to Jace, or do they know it's?
or
going
do you
to
just have to say lightning bolt target you?
It's
and they're
target
like,
you. It's
yes.
target you,
Okay.
and
Redirect.
it's after it resolves is when
Redirect
they do.
to-
Is when they because the damage has to be there, and they won't
Right.
know when they target because the target is the player, and it's a redirection once damage has been dealt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Planeswalkers. It's
Yeah,
I don't.
that was a hacked-in system.
To me,
It works.
It always seemed really weird that you can't just bolt
Target them?
Planeswalkers. Like I don't. I'm
Well, they
sure
didn't
there's a templating
They
reason
didn't want
for
to.
it.
They didn't want to errata all the old burn spells. You don't want to put in something into play that all of a sudden years of cards can't interact with. You don't want to be like,
Well, that hasn't stopped them before, but
Well,
Right.
but then it's like, does they have to go through it card by card and decide, can Lightning Bolt target a Planeswalker? All right, Oracle it. Can Flame Slash target a Planeswalker?
no, I don't like that one.
Yeah,
Like, wait,
no.
why not?
yeah, I'm
And then you
not
wind-
feeling it.
Well, and that means that if it's arbitrary,
Yeah.
then you have to go through an Oracle text every single.
Yeah,
Like the developers have to do that, and then the players have to go and check everyone.
yeah. No, I mean I guess it's just one of those sort of like this was the best we could do for
Yeah.
how goofy this card type is, and like as ugly and arbitrary as the system seems, it works. And people shortcut it anyway so that you almost don't know the difference.
Better than the wording of deal 3 damage to target permanent. And you're like, there's 3 damage on my land. What happens?
Yeah.
You're like, no, exactly. That's why you have to name what it can damage.
Yeah,
And so,
or you wind up with weird stuff like Yockle Hops,
Oh,
which blows up everything except Planeswalkers.
yeah. Well, that's why. Abrupt Decay, for example, says cannot be targeted by spells or abilities as opposed to cannot be countered.
wait, what?
Yeah, Abrupt Decay says cannot be targeted by spells or abilities.
I thought it was can't be countered.
No, different.
What?
I'm sorry. Let me explain the difference. So Abrupt Decay says cannot be countered by spells or abilities. Thrun the Last Troll says cannot be countered. And the important reason why this is different, if you say you target Abrupt Decay and you flicker the creature or you kill it with something else, what counters Abrupt Decay when the spell fizzles is I hope it's
I don't wanna
state-based, but I
play
could be
this
wrong.
game
No.
anymore.
But basically, the game checks that the target's no longer legal, and it counters it.
What?
And that's important because if it says could not be countered, you'd have a spell on the stack that doesn't have a legal target, that is trying to resolve and doesn't have a rule of how to deal with it. Which is why that specifically says cannot be countered by spells or abilities, not the rules. As opposed to Thrun, there's no other larger rule checking as to what's going to happen if it resolves.
I now know how Friday Night's Paul felt in the first episode. Just I'm really glad you're here because for the listener, that's going to be really interesting. But that
That's
was
a
just like a
slight-
wall of words to me.
No, that's actually interesting. So, like,
Oh wow.
yeah, because that would mean that. Well, I mean, I'm trying to imagine a situation where Thrall would Thrun would break the game.
Yeah, and
But I can't. But I can see like the slight, like,
Little hiccup.
yeah.
we got really sidetracked off of spoilers there.
Yeah, that's-
but
wow.
just going through rules,
Exciting
interactions,
little
Yeah.
judge calls.
Well, okay. Ojutai's Exemplars.
Yeah.
Not the only Morphling in this set.
Oh,
Spoiled
God.
today, Megamorphling.
wait, Megamorphling?
Yeah, he's
Oh yeah, that guy.
blue elemental. Paul, he's right above that guy right there.
So
just a
what does
slight-
this guy do?
Is the name actually
Yeah, there he is.
Megamorphling?
Well, he's a Morphling he's an elemental.
Okay.
But he has Megamorph.
Okay.
And he's Morphling.
He's the
So he's a
short
Megamorphling.
short crasher elemental.
Megamorphling.
For blue, he's a 3/3, 1 blue, and you can exile him and then return him face down under his opponent's control.
Wait,
And then
what?
you're
So you can
under its owner's
wait.
control or its opponent's control?
under its owner's control.
okay. I was
Okay,
like,
yeah.
what? Here you go.
Flick it, have my
Donate.
So
creature.
you
Goodbye.
remorph it basically.
Yeah.
Right.
And then for 1 colorless, it gets +1 -1 or -1 +1. So it does the Morphling thing.
It's Megamorphling.
And then it's got Megamorph for 5, for 4 and 1 blue.
Okay, so like it's actually sort of
So the thing
easier
is,
to cast for its Megamorph cost.
Yeah.
In draft anyways. You're never gonna have like blue.
the thing is, every time you remorph it and then unmorph it again, it keeps getting +1/+1 counters.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
shit,
kind of
you're
interesting.
right.
Well,
Well,
no,
it
if you exile
exiles.
it, you would lose the counters.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Oh no, you do. Yeah, it does exile. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so
you're right,
it'll
you're right.
only ever be a 4/4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So
maximum.
you just avoid, but it avoids whatever thing was about to hit it.
the important part of the flicker effect is that it leaves play, or else it does nothing. You're just
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna get small and die.
Just like, goodbye forever. I'll be back. Oh, man.
What do you think of Megamorph?
It's
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest, I was never a fan of Morph to begin with.
Really? Oh, I guess you don't play limited.
Yeah, I don't
So-
play. I don't play limited that much, and it's like
What
I
about
don't.
Yu-Gi-Oh? You activated my trap card.
God.
Secrets.
Oh, in Highlander, what's the only morph card? Because it's always the guy that swarms,
Willbender.
right? Yeah, Willbender.
But nobody ever plays that guy.
I thought it was always Willbender.
If it is a morph card, it's Willbender. Unless it's that angel whose name escapes
Oh,
me.
Illusory Angel or whatever.
No,
also
not,
from
not Illusory. Was it Illusory? It was the proto Baneslayer angel.
Yeah, it was also from.
I don't
Was
remember
it
its
from
name.
Onslaught or Odyssey, and it was the Morph Angel?
Yeah.
I was playing in Sealed League, and we were allowed to open any pack. Somebody cracked. It must have been Odyssey, if it's not Onslaught. And they had that, and I'm like, oh, nice morph creature, Willbender, and they flipped the angel. I'm
And they're like,
whoa, I'm ruined.
Yeah, that's the only surprise you'll encounter in Highlander is it's one of those two creatures. And
I don't know. I mean, some of the white weenie ones. are
who
pretty
is going to
great.
play Zoetic Cavern in Highlander? Just really?
Maybe in my lands deck.
Really?
I've thought about it.
Don't even look at me.
before. I have feelings.
That's wow. Zoetic Cavern, for those of you following at home, is a land with morph.
Yeah.
It taps for colorless. The end.
No.
No
this is-
punchline, just-
This is significant. You can put it into play as a 2/2.
And
They
then-
try and kill it. You flip it. Surprise! It's a land.
So you flip it for free?
No, I think you still have to pay something.
Two. Yeah,
Pay
two
two.
colorless.
But you can't kill it
You're
because
like-
it's a land.
Dummy.
Yeah. Way to remove your waste your removal spell on my land, idiot. And you're like,
now I've got a Zoetic Cavern.
now I've got this colorless land.
Does anybody have any color fixing? What the hell were we talking about? Right, morph.
Morph.
I don't know. Morph has always felt like a really goofy mechanic to me.
Oh, I loved your crap shot about it.
Yeah.
You and Kate. Like, are we supposed to play with all our
Play
cards
with
backwards?
cards
Yeah,
backwards.
Morph is in.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, like I kind of like mechanics that acknowledge the nature of the game.
Yeah, like
Right.
I don't really have a. Yeah. There's the angel.
Oh,
It's Exalted Angel.
Exalted Angel.
Yeah, this is Baneslayer before Baneslayer was the biggest lady on the block. It's
4/3.
no, it's a 4/3, 4/4.
4/5.
Yeah, it's a
4/5.
4/5 with life. Well, pseudo lifelink.
Not quite lifelink.
It's the precursor lifelink, which stacks with lifelink. It's
Triggered ability.
when you deal damage with this creature, gain that much life.
Important difference.
It can have lifelink besides that. So hey,
You can stifle that.
whoa,
It's a triggered ability.
Can you stifle lifelink?
No, because
But that you can stifle.
yeah,
Bonkers.
that's why they're different.
Wow. Yeah. So morph. Yeah, interesting. And I mean, Megamorph is just sort of like. It's morph, only bigger.
Yeah, it's
I feel in
they
some.
needed a different morph effect for this set. right?
I think it works with the rest of the set because it's like alternate history and it's like everything's a little bit different but also the same. So
Yeah.
it's like, oh, Morph is back, but it's big.
But they kept Dash. Like, they didn't change Dash.
That's fine.
Well, Dash was the what's her name? The Black Red Dragons keyword ability.
Right. From cons.
Starts with a K. Anyways, like I don't know. I'm also excited to see Rebound back.
Yeah.
As our-
Oh, man,
right.
Rebound.
Maybe
just-
we'll see a Stagger Shock reprint.
No, because it's
Really?
only
What?
in blue-white. It's the blue-white dragon's keyword ability. So it's going to
Yeah,
be
Stagger
like
Shock was
I
nuts.
wanted to believe.
me too.
Maybe they'll do one that's like the same.
Well, yeah, because Rebound before, I can only remember black and red cards that had Rebound. What else? Did they have it in all? Like, can you remember the
There
flavor
was,
in the original reprinting of Rebound?
There was the not travel prep, the one that like gained you a bunch of life, and if you had more life than your opponent, you
Oh,
drew
was
a
that
card.
Survival
Treshy's
Cash.
Grasp? Survival
Yeah.
Cash.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Survival
Survival
Cash.
Cash was a
Survival
white
straight
one.
cash.
Yeah.
It
was 2 and a
survival
white.
value. Yeah.
Then there was the
yeah, there you go.
there was Distortion Strike in blue.
That one was pretty
right, Distortion Strike. That
Venomous
one was really
Strike.
good too. You'd see Distortion Strike in Infect decks.
good. Yep.
Relevant because Distortion Rebound counts as casting a spell. So it triggers the Ojutai's Exemplar's abilities on the Rebound, right?
I don't know. I'd have to look up Rebound.
Because I
Well,
remember,
that sounds really
Rebound,
cool.
you-
remember Distortion Strike went in the Kiln Fiend deck and limited
Yeah.
in that
It,
environment.
it does say you may cast this card from exile without paying its mana.
Wow.
Yeah,
Right.
you
Very
cast it,
cool.
it goes into exile, then during your next upkeep, if you remember, you can cast it again
Right.
for free.
Yeah, I've got 2 weeks to refresh myself on all these mechanics before the pre-release. So.
So
Is
yeah,
it in 2
I'll know
weeks?
by then. I think so. I mean, isn't spoiler season typically 3 weeks, and the pre-release is on the
man.
3rd one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
this is coming
a-
up fast.
This is a quick set.
I'm
Yeah.
used to these being out in April. Wait, it is almost April, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, I meant May.
Oh,
So before I forget this, somebody pointed out something really interesting that I couldn't quite see. That on one of the Silumgar cards, it might be just like the Elder Dragon. Mm-hmm. He's wearing Tassigur around his neck.
what?
Apparently,
Yeah. No, check
Somebody
out
told me this.
Silumgar on the throne.
It's like teeny tiny,
Yeah, he's got like,
a little dude, and that's
Yeah, he's
Tassigur.
Like
got
That's
Tassigur
that's-
Bling?
yeah.
Oh, that is wow. I mean, he is a very sexy man, but he's now dead, maybe, or maybe alive. I don't know which would be worse.
Maybe they're a team.
That could be. He'll just be like, "You and me, we're gonna go beat the dragons."
And the dragon's like, I
the
don't wear
dragon-
saddles, so you can be my necklace.
Yeah.
Tassigur's like, good enough.
He's like, "Okay, just don't eat me."
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that is a little guy around his
No,
neck.
I've looked at the art close up. It's definitely Tassigur.
That's
Wow.
really creepy.
Yeah.
How is
probably
Tassigur
more-
fastened to this necklace?
I don't know. A wizard did it.
All right.
Well, I mean, like, have you read the Arcana articles?
no.
Oh, like Tassigur sold out all the other cons
Oh.
to Silumgar
Oops.
and Ojutai, and he was like, "All right, so
Dallas? He's like, "Ha ha ha! You're my necklace."
yeah."
He's like, "Oh, I've made
like-
a terrible mistake."
I believe the line was something like, "You will be my most treasured possession."
That's really cool.
And I thought Niv Mizzet was the dick dragon.
He really kind of is. Did we want to talk about this new Planeswalker just briefly?
Oh,
From this set?
Sarkhan Unbroken.
He's
He's pretty unbroken.
that describes that
Yeah,
card to
yeah,
a T. I
exactly.
think this guy is very good and really boring.
Yeah, Tassigur.
It's just like he's a good card.
I read it and
Full
I was kind
stop.
of like,
Yeah.
oh, that's neat.
Yeah, I'll definitely, I guess, first pick this guy in draft.
Yeah.
Not be terribly
I don't know,
happy
I mean-
about it, but feel like a chump if I don't.
So like, I think it's good that we have this card because like I compare it to Liliana the Veil because like I am a little bit of a Vorthos when it comes to cards, and you just like look at the two. It's like Liliana. It's a good card, and it also tells a story. It's really cool. You know,
Yeah.
you could just see this whole thing. And this is just like, I am Planeswalker. I have abilities.
Yeah, I like dragons.
I like dragons.
Well, he goes in this 5-color deck, right? You build this huge 5-color EDH dragon deck, and he color fixes for you. So you slam him on turn 3 because you have Sol Ring, and turn 4 you're like, great, I didn't have a white mana. Let me draw a dragon and a white mana. Let me just like spam dragons forever. I call it Dragon Commander.
Dragmander.
Lander.
Like, he's a good card. There's nothing wrong with this
No.
card. It's very playable. I think it's going to probably
think-
see constructed.
I don't see him.
But
in
it's just
Standard.
like-
unless Standard slows down, like
Yeah.
a 5-mana
Yeah.
Planeswalker.
Like my excitement
pardon me.
just dropped as I read this card. I was like, Sarkhan Unbroken, neat. He's in Teamer mana. That could be fun. He Metamorphoses for +1. That's a good ability.
He makes a dragon.
Yeah, he makes a dragon.
Yeah,
A
look at
regular
look
ass
at look at him
dragon.
compared to
He ultimates-
Sarkhan, right?
he ultimates
Sarkhan's
for
5 mana, but in a single
dragon.
color instead of 2. He turns into a dragon and punches people himself. Yeah, yeah.
It's so much cooler. I mean, even like Sarkhan the Mad is that card's so bad, but
it
I
tells a
love
story,
it so
right.
much.
Yeah.
He's just so nuts. He has no plus abilities.
Yeah.
He just like tears himself
just
apart.
dome is like
Just makes dragons, domes people. He's like ripping cards. He's like, I'm getting all these ideas. I dig
Well, I guess
that
this
card.
is the least broken Sarkhan. If we're talking about the evolution of this Planeswalker, how does somebody like this become a Planeswalker?
By being real crazy.
I know, but how do you like? Aren't Planeswalkers supposed to be very powerful and intelligent wizards who have the ability to like walk between worlds?
Well,
Yeah.
I was talking about this on Twitter a bit today. Like the Planeswalker spark is supposed to ignite in moments of
Extreme duress.
extreme duress.
I mean, I guess if
right?
you're a dragon sadist, that counts as duress. But,
You can say this.
well, he's like, I don't want to give an impression.
No.
Of what
You know
I'm
what?
imagining.
You know what it was. Tricky Nick. What the hell is it?
Nicky.
Yeah, Nicol Bolas.
Yeah.
Just like one last insult, just like made him snap. He's just like, if you put on weight, and he's just like,
Dragons.
Oh, Nicol Bolas negging Sarkhan. Just being like, no, I think you look good with that, with your teeth like that.
yeah, it's like, no, that armor looks good, just not on you.
Yeah.
And he's
like-
just like, ah.
I want you to know, I think it looks good on you.
What a horrible relationship.
Like, wow,
they
you're
have.
pretty cool. Even despite what all the other Planeswalkers say about you.
Yeah.
It's like, what do they say about me? Oh,
Oh,
you
don't worry about it. Yeah, I think you're cool. Nice hat.
Nicol Bolas, douchebag extreme.
Yeah. But like,
That's pretty
You
funny.
just need, like, instead of that gemstone, he's just got like a ball cap floating there.
I'm gonna start
Maybe we're
calling
reading
him
a bit
Chad.
too much into this, but
yeah.
I mean,
I mean, the
headcanon
new-
is fun.
The new Sarkhan is fine.
It's very fine.
It's, totally
It's very fine and good and fine.
I like on
yeah.
our list of stuff for like Lily, like or like Narset, and Sarkhan like kind of shows what we're looking for
Wah,
in
wah.
cards. Yeah.
Oh, but like, Narset is sweet. I
Yeah.
They talked about it on the other podcast, but fuck, is that card good?
Thumbs up.
I just
Yeah.
want to
2 thumbs
briefly
up.
Like,
relate my experience looking at that card. I read it and I was like, okay, these are pretty good abilities. It's like, I wonder how it defends. She starts with 6 loyalty and goes to
Yeah.
7.
you
You're
gotta
like, ooh.
you gotta love someone who can take a punch from a batter skull, then give you the O-ring you need.
Not even break a sweat. It's like worm coil to the face.
Yeah.
Like anything but red titan, just goosh. Is that the best you could do?
Yeah. Or like 2 turns later, Grizzlebrand's like,
It's like
Just
crunch.
sad.
He's like, ha 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 ha. I'm
Yeah.
going to kill you.
nice left hook, Grizzlebrand. Did Liliana teach you that one? Suddenly Grizzlebrand is standing in a field with a hoe
He's
instead
like-
of a hook for a right hand.
And he just like starts tilling, and he's like,
Yeah.
I can't stop.
Yeah.
Help me.
Yeah,
Help
he's
me."
just
a long
like-
tracking shot out as he just like has this infinite field of grain to work on.
Yeah, no, he's just sitting there like planting turnips, and he's like, this is nice, actually. And like Narset's like, did your controller like gaining 7 life off that life link? Why don't you gain another 7? Boom.
Take a
path.
break.
Right?
Take a
Not
break.
path.
Or
Swords to
Swords.
plowshares. Yeah, the long swords head
Yeah.
cannon.
Or
I
he
like
just
that a lot.
floats away a cloud of feathers.
Oh,
Yeah.
like
Gone
I escaped
forever.
the hell vaults, and I don't
was
want to
like,
be a
"Meh."
farmer.
It's just
I always like the thought that whatever gets swords did.
swords.
Swords did
did. It's
Did
just
it.
like, no, this is nice.
It's just
I'm gonna
like
stay here for a while.
no. You know what it does? It refunds its like casting cost. Mm-hmm. It's just like, I'm done. Here's my badge. See ya.
Yeah.
Peace. And just like, no, come back. I have.
It is the gentlest way to go. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not. I'm not being doom bladed. I'm not being murdered or vindicated.
I think the next TTC we should talk about like worst ways to be removed.
Worst ways to die.
Mortify
in
is
multiverse.
awful.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of
Mortify and
putrefy.
terminate is pretty bad.
Turn to blood,
Bile blight just sounds no good. Mutilate.
innocent blood.
Agony warp.
Oh.
We could just do an entirely of just like revolting cards in their names, like
like-
abomination.
Even like D-sphere sounds bad. You're stuck
Detent-
in,
no, you know what? I feel
stuck in like something the size of a grapefruit.
Well, do you
But
know?
I
Do you
feel
know
like-
Oubliette, the mono black detention sphere for
Dismal
creatures?
Oubliettes bad.
Yeah,
Because you're gonna be there for like 700 years.
Yeah. Just fucking lightning bolt me, please. Get it over
So
with.
pow!
just
That's
light me on
better.
fire. Just bonfire me, please.
Yeah.
Just not searing blood. That one's bad.
Yeah.
Just like my blood is lava. It hurts so much.
Yeah, or
Oh, dear.
devour flesh, actually, now that we think about it.
Oh, somebody just eats you alive.
Yeah, no, nobody goes peacefully in Magic.
No, it's real bad.
Unless you get Swords to Plowshares.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then it's just like, I've been working on the granary.
Yeah.
So,
No, I'll take it.
all right. So we've talked about some exciting spoilers. We probably
Yeah.
have a little bit of time left. I hope. Maybe.
Yeah.
Paul.
Shrug.
Shrug.
Sure.
We just briefly want to touch on something else that we've been excited about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very small format.
Yeah.
It's called Tiny Leaders.
Oh, it's going to be like, you could call it tiny, but you took it from me.
I didn't want to make the obvious joke. So Tiny Leaders, I don't even remember where I heard about this.
Twitter.
It's okay. I don't like Commander.
Yeah.
It's not a format for me. It's like it's a format that I like that it exists, and I'm glad people enjoy it. But it is not for me. I don't like snarled game states and waiting 7 minutes for a turn, and just like the one person who's like, I'm gonna play the like red everything goes nuts deck, and it's like cool.
And I cast Warp World, and
It's
everyone's
like ha ha ha.
It's fun.
Yeah, no, but anyways.
I came here to play Magic.
This is a derivative, and I'm sort of packaging it as a gateway drug to Highlander.
Well, I
Which
loved
is
your
our-
description of it, which was
Sawn off
Highlander.
Sawn off Commander.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So it is, it's really just halfway between Highlander and Commander. So it's a 50 card deck, which is a little weird for a deck size.
Tiny.
You play with a Commander.
A tiny commander.
It is 1v1 only with 25 life. No card can have a converted mana cost higher than 3. And the regular color restrictions and so
Yeah.
forth apply. You also have a 10 card sideboard.
That always blows my mind. I can't believe there's a sideboard in
And
this format.
It has its own ban list, which is mostly just like the vintage restricted list
Yeah,
with a
then,
couple
like-
of cards that they added.
Plus, like, a bunch of the fast mana, plus a bunch of things like counterbalance that really
It was like,
exploit-
Close the format.
well, that counter 1 and 4 spells in the format.
yeah.
Even without any kind of top deck fixing.
yeah. So I love it because it's like, I like Highlander a lot.
Yeah.
And this feels a lot like it, but it's like a really interesting deck building challenge because like
Yeah.
you have all these extremely high quality cards that are fun to play. It feels like there's a lot of room for deck building innovation, because like as Cam says, one of the most fun parts about Magic is deck building. I love just throwing stuff together because like things like Legacy, they're not solved formats, but they're solved formats. You play the top
20
the
decks,
top 20
yeah.
decks or you lose. And this is just more like play whatever the heck you want, just figure stuff out. You can play
Well, within certain limits.
well, yeah, within certain limitations.
Yeah.
Like there's probably some decks that don't work, but it's
Well,
like
there's only about, like, I'm going to say maybe 15 max functional tiny leaders.
Right. The color restriction for legendary creatures has got to be tough. And
Like, there's no...
is there a 5 color or 4 color? I don't think you
No.
can. Yeah. So
No,
that'll
it's
that'll
max
limit.
3 colors.
that's fine. It's like I don't know that you
unless
would
there
ever
might
want to
be-
play 5 colors in a 50 card deck.
Yeah.
5 color storm.
Unless the colors are in the rules text.
Oh, and the
Yeah,
abilities.
this is
Right.
this
That would
is
still
part of the-
be part of the color identity.
I think they expanded this because my tiny leader is Alesha, and she's in Mardu colors, so I can choose Mardu cards because she's a red card, cast for red, but because she has a black-white hybrid activated ability, her color identity for Commander, and as a result, tiny leaders is red, white, black. So I play her and a whole bunch of guys that get value. Turns out she's best friends with a lot of the creatures that have power 2 or less and have echo. So like E2 Slinger, Mog War Marshal, we've got Pack Rat throwing stuff in the bin for her. We've got Bone Shredder.
Do you have the same
It
rule
goes
as in
on
Commander?
and
When she
on.
dies, she costs more to come back each turn?
I think
Yes.
so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sting Scourger. I love this deck.
And also, don't you have the guy from, like, Conspiracy in here?
Which one is that?
The Goblin, the jail master guy.
Jailbreak. Oh, Grenzo?
Grenzo, yeah.
I might play him if you got to have your creature count pretty high, but I think it might
Right.
be good enough.
Your creature
I've got
count's pretty
Timret in this deck.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm excited
Ooh,
about playing that
spicy.
guy. Timret and Bitter Blossom. Da.
Nice.
And then
by contrast... Oh, sorry. Talk about your sideboard.
Oh, I'll just quickly talk about my board, which is a bunch of like weird stuff, like other things that exploit her ability to bring creatures back. I've got Kami of Ancient Law and Torch Fiend for dealing with artifacts and enchantments, respectively. And then just a bunch of stuff that deals with other problems like Council's Judgment, Vindicate.
For like True Name Nemesis.
Yeah, like
We gotta get some
Hide Seek.
mill protection in your sideboard.
I do.
though.
Yeah.
So
because Mill is a major threat.
that's what I hear.
I made a mill deck as my first build for it.
All
Blue black.
right,
And we'll go to Cam.
I can't wait. But yes, tell us about yours.
In contrast to Alex's precisely chosen and curated 50-card deck list, I built a Shuyun deck, which consists mainly of cards that I found on the ground or in my binder.
Just stuck
yeah, I was gonna
between
say,
the
I don't
crowd.
know.
It's like, yeah, I can play this.
Yeah, this goes in this deck.
I do like the mental image of your house just being made of cantrips and counter spells, just like all over the floor. You wake
Yeah.
up out of bed, you're the big brainstorms in your bed. You're like, oh, good morning.
Yeah, I sleep amongst them. So Shu Yun, the Silent Tempest, who we all remember from Fate Reforged, the Jeskai leader, who is a 3/2 for 3, or 2 and a blue, with prowess and an activated ability for red-white, 2 red-white hybrid mana that gives a creature double strike whenever you cast a non-creature spell.
Oh, so good.
I feel like that combos well with your creature selection.
Yeah, so I'm playing every kind of like Kiln Fiend, Nivix, Cyclops, Wee Dragonauts equivalent, which are the 3 equivalents of that.
There's one other one actually. It's,
I mean, like prowess creatures also fit into this.
yeah. I bet you that Chimera would be good. The
Stormheart Chimera?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Maybe he's good.
He's a 3-drop, right? And I'm
Yeah.
like concerned that 3
He
drops.
flies.
I haven't really played this format yet. So I'm concerned that a 3-drop is
It's
actually
like a
more
5-drop.
more like a Titan
Yeah.
in this format.
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah, we battle sometime. I kind of feel like, don't you want a 3-drop every turn? You just want to go 3-drop, 3-drop, 3-drop.
So yeah, my hope is that like this will be a fun little, pickup format to have like sweet battles with people. You can make some neat decks, and then it'll maybe introduce more people to Highlander, which is
like-
an incredible format that
I have
everybody
a lot
should
of fun
play.
in Singleton. I just wish I could play bigger cards.
It's like, well, do I have the format for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd you like to play 100 of the best cards ever printed at the
like-
same time?
Just once with this deck, I want to live the dream and Bonfire of the Damned with Soulfire Grandmaster on the table and just gain like 20 and still lose somehow, I'm sure.
But it's so sweet.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I think one of the important distinctions that the people who like developed this format made is that they view it as a competitive format, whereas Commander is supposed to be a fun, casual format.
Which is good for, certain people, but it's just like
Yeah.
fun and casual. I can't talk about this without sounding like a dick bag.
Well, yeah, no, it's
Right?
like, but in
I don't want to
Commander,
have fun. My name's Alex.
It's like, no, I do want to have fun. I have
It's
different
just-
fun than
yeah,
you.
I have fun by playing good cards,
Yeah.
right? Like
You
Chaos Warp just makes me not want to play the game anymore.
Yeah, it makes me nauseous.
I set up a Commander tournament at Godicon.
How long did it take?
After 2 hours, I came back to see if like the pod was ready, and not a single player had been knocked out. There's 2 4-person pods. I'm like, oh, you're still playing. I shouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, no, see, like that to me.
But they were stoked.
No, I know. That's
Yeah.
and it's fun.
that's why
Yeah.
I respect that format. That like people really love it. They love like just like grinding through these like huge game states, and like you're playing all the big splashy effects, and you can like get your 7 drops and actually cast them and have them stick. It's sweet. It's like it's the best Timmy format, I think.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I just kind of like to sit down with somebody and just like grind out a bunch of games of Highlander, just like whale them, 10 minutes, 15 minutes a piece. And, you get into, a nice little rhythm back and forth. It's fun. I like it.
Yeah.
So
I'd
I'm hoping to have a similar experience with Tiny Leaders. Mm-hmm. So
like this deck. I need a V-Cleek. I need a Snapcaster Mage. I think I want. Does Entreat the Angels go in this deck?
Oh, that's tough. I don't know. You have to
a
play the
tough call.
format a bunch, right?
Yeah.
You might need Mystical Tutor if you're, Mystical Tutor
Yeah,
if you're going to
Mystical
do
Tutor
that.
is actually a card I legit do need.
Is that banned in this format?
I don't think so. I think only Vampiric Tutor is banned
And Demonic Tutor.
and Demonic Tutor.
I think
But,
all the
in
like
cycle
really,
of
like Worldly Tutor and stuff is
Yeah.
probably allowed. We'll have
Yeah.
to look at the ban
Yeah,
list.
Mystical Tutor's nuts with miracles.
It's pretty bonkers.
I guess there aren't many other miracles you can play though.
well,
it's-
Bonfire,
you can play.
Entreat.
Yeah, you can
but
play the
can't,
good
you
ones.
can't play Terminus or anything, right?
You don't need to play
No,
Terminus.
Terminus is a 6-drop. You can't
Yeah.
play it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's weird because like this format doesn't really have the big wraths. It's
Yeah.
got red wraths and it's got the black wraths.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
got Pyroclasm. It has Black Sun Zenith,
Drown and Sorrow.
Well, Drown and Sorrow, like all those ones.
Slag Storm.
Yeah, most of the
Anger
like
of the
3
Gods.
damage to everything spells, and then like white doesn't really have anything at that level. And I mean, on the lower end, there's stuff like Shrivel or Bile Blight, or well, I mean, Bile Blight doesn't really work, but it's like Zealous Persecution maybe. So
Yeah.
I don't know. The mass removal is way reduced.
Just the Worldly Tutor and Mystical Tutor are totally fine.
Ooh,
Cool.
It's Vampiric Tutor, Demonic Tutor,
Yep, that sounds about right.
and
Yeah.
that looks like about it. Those are the only 2 tutors that are banned.
Can you play top?
Can you play Imperial
Yes.
Recruiter?
Ooh, if you can find one.
Yeah, I think.
Imperial Seal is no, but Imperial Recruiter seems fine.
And they
Yeah,
got
and
cheaper if
then,
you get a Judge Foil instead of one of the Portal 3 Kingdom ones.
Which I would
How
prefer.
often do you ever?
And GT's out.
GT.
Oh yeah, GT is unbelievably
A
broken.
format with no GT.
Well,
I'm
But
so happy.
I'm pretty sure Sensei's Divining Top is not on the ban list.
Nope. Sensei's Divine Top is fine.
So you can play Enlightened Tutor.
No Scheherazade.
That's
Yeah, that's correct.
that is correct. Nobody should play Scheherazade. That's one of those things where making jokes about playing Scheherazade is funny. Actually playing Scheherazade is excruciating.
Yeah.
It's
Sorry,
like, ha, I actually played it. It's like, I quit.
Yeah.
sorry, Serge.
I don't actually want to sit down and play a whole new game.
No fast bond.
I know. The fact that Fast Bond was banned.
Just play Exploration. You don't need that many
No,
lands
you
anyways.
do, because it's about combo. It's not about value, it's
yeah.
about combo. You cannot play Hedron Crab, Fast Bond, Obero. And if I can't play that in a format, I don't want to play your format.
That's so spicy. Oh,
Or a
man.
worse off version is Fast Bond, Obero, and I forgot.
Wait.
There's
so
that-
you just like play a land, tap it.
Return
it with
Obero can
Obero.
return itself.
Yeah.
So what happens is you have to hope they have 3 times less cards in their deck than you have life.
That's really great.
I got to play in a
Makes me
vintage.
so fucking happy.
I got to play in a vintage rotisserie draft, and that's the deck I made.
I love you, Serge.
Yeah.
You make the greatest decks.
Oh, there's a new artifact that came out. It's a colorless artifact. Every time a permanent comes into play under your control, your opponent mills a card.
Right.
And that's an alternate, obviously worse version of Hedron
Well, yeah.
Crab.
Altar of the Brood. Right?
Altar of the Brood, yeah.
No, I played that in draft against James on the ferry on the way home from the GP, where I had we were playing like Khan's Fate,
Yeah.
and I was just like getting fed garbage from left and right by James and Jordan, and I wound up in this black-white deck where like my best creature was like that 2/8 zombie mammoth.
Wow.
And I had Altar of the Brood, Empty the Pits, the other black one that returns every creature from an opponent's graveyard as a morph creature. Mm-hmm. And I just did it into Altar of the Brood a couple of times, and I morphed my opponent as God intended, or milled my opponent as God intended.
Beautiful.
Magnificent.
Oh, it was terrible.
Wow.
It was awful. But I beat James, and that's all that matters.
And on that bombshell, beating James, I think we're probably out of time here.
yeah, I think
for this
so. I think
week.
we've probably wrapped it on for like an hour at this point.
That's what happens when the cat's away. The mice will talk about formats.
Fast
Yeah.
Bond.
Fast Bond.
We'll talk about
Fast
totally
Bond,
sweet
Hedron,
cards
Crab.
for like an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, can you play? Oh no, Empty the Pits is a 4-drop.
Sorry, Alex.
I am so happy that you do all this stuff with Hedron Crab. It's fantastic.
I like. Let's end on Hedron Crab. Just
All right.
that art forever.
Yeah.
So, Hedron Crab milling us into the future.
We salute you.
We salute you. Thank you for listening. We will see you next time.
Yeah.